Here we go again. Ay, 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 ay. Y'all give me 1 second. I gotta get my water out here. Here we go again. Ay, 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 ay. Bring them out. Bring them out. What's up? What's up? Man, the last 24 hours, man, crazy. I think I got an eyelash. Hold on. I think my eyelash. I'm trying to hit that. The last 24 hours have been very interesting and crazy. I wanted to talk about this real quick. I got a chance to see the what's his name? Damn. Gilbert Arenas and Tommy Sotomayor interview. I didn't see, well, I didn't know it was live or whatever case be. I got the link. Somebody sent me the link. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching it. It's about an hour and some change long or whatever case may be. It was interesting. Whereas a lot of things that was discussed in that interview, that's on some personal stuff. I don't care about the personal side or whatever. But they talked about accountability. So I was very interested to see how Kwame Brown was going to reply to the conversation. Rodney, what's going on? I was interested to see how he was going to reply. And his first reply, to me, I'll say it like this. I noticed here on social media that a lot of times, here we go again. Rodney said, here we go. No, I noticed that a lot of times when we have a moment to clear the air or have a conversation, or in response of something, like it's a lot of jokes instead of conversation. It's a lot of insults instead of a conversation. It's a lot of reflecting and dodging instead of having the conversation or whatever case it be. And I want to help young men, old women, young women. I want to help you guys understand something, right? Learn to address the problem head on, or don't address it. Salute. Learn to address the problem head on, or don't address it. Because no amount of joking is going to remove the problem. No amount of insults is going to remove the problem. No amount of dodging and ducking is going, because what it's going to do is it's going to make you look like you can't stand on your own 2 feet. Salute, Ralph. Salute, Lonnie. It's gonna make you look like that, and I wanna help people out, because here's the thing about things. You notice people's body language. You know how aggressive they get. You know, just their breathing pattern and what it is that they focus on or whatever case to be. And it's like, to me, you lack confidence when you don't address the problem. Now, we had a conversation a while ago. What is it? Low key T for life. And the big thing was, instead of having a conversation, I felt like he was doing a lot of joking, a lot of disrespect. And he was worried about everything but the conversation. Now, of course we got past that, but I want to do this because I think a lot of people need to understand something. Learn to have the conversation. It may be tough. It may be difficult. It may be disheartening, but the fact of the matter is, learn to do it. Don't think because you attack somebody with jokes and disrespect and emotion that you won the argument. Let's do this. Let's have this. Let's do this, right? Stop thinking that. Now, I'm gonna take this one word from the whole Gilbert Arenas and Tommy Sotomayor's interview: accountability. And like I said, I was curious about Kwame Brown's reply. So I sat and I listened to the first reply. He was playing videos, and I'm like, is this the response that you really want to give to these people? But I said, hey, okay, whatever case may be. And someone, it's a mutual subscriber, I ain't gonna mention her name, and she said Tough Love, what do you think about this? So I hit the link. Kwame Brown is, I think he's walking on by some water or something or whatever. But I'm listening to him. You know, I'm driving and I'm listening. And he hit the word accountability too. So there's two men talking about accountability. Now, y'all know Tough Love been talking about accountability for a while. But it's something that resonated, something that kind of alarmed me a little bit. Kwame Brown says, accountability inward dudes make me sick. Let that breathe for a second. Because I know I got a couple Kwame Brown people in here, but I wanna slow walk this for you guys, right? Accountability inward dudes or men make me sick. Okay. Let me help y'all out. Any man or woman that think accountability is a bad thing, self-accountability, holding people around them to a certain standard, and an act of conduct, a level of responsibility or duty, anybody that thinks accountability is a bad thing, anybody that uses the phrase accountability and makes it a bad thing. Self-accountability is still accountability. Holding yourself responsible as a man or as a woman. We hold people accountable and to a standard without us even knowing. I wanted to do this for you guys. I wanted to break this thing down for you guys, right? When you go to the grocery store, you're holding anybody that work in that grocery store to a certain standard. The produce needs to be X, Y, and Z. Hey, when I go to these cans, I want to make sure these cans are not bent up or whatever. When I go get the eggs, I want to make sure the eggs ain't broken. You're holding these people that work in this store accountable to a certain standard. Without telling them directly, you're still holding them to a standard. When you're on the road and you're driving, you in your car, you're holding the person beside you to a standard because you're hoping they ain't texting and driving. Huh? You hoping that when you got your kids in the car, you know, this person ain't nodding off. If you that sleepy or that drunk, get off the road. You're holding them accountable. You're holding them to a standard. So this whole thing about, well, anybody that holds people accountable, they're bad people. Well, let me talk about it. Since I hold people accountable, I feel it's right that I reply. Accountability inwards make me sick. Okay, cool. Let's stay with that for a minute. If calling women the B word don't make you sick, if promoting drama online don't make you sick, if fake beef, little beef, no beef, but around beef don't make you sick. Hold on, wait a minute, hold on. If those things don't make you sick, but somebody holding someone accountable for something, those people make you sick. Not the men bashing women, not the women bashing men, not the men and women that's going at it and fighting all the time, right? That makes you sick. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all something. Okay, because it's definitely important, right? It's important. Stop letting people tell you what you know to be common sense. I'm not even worrying about the chat. I really want to tell y'all this because I'm listening to this gentleman or whatever kiss me, and I listened to the whole thing, Kwame, right? And when you got to this part about self-accountability, and what's so crazy about it is because a lot of the stuff that you saying, I know for a fact, resonates around the Tough Love channel. But cool, it's cool. But here's the thought process. I listen to you say men and how they sag their pants and how they buy these expensive belts, but they still sag their pants. Are you not holding them accountable, speaking on it? Let's just be real. Are you not holding them accountable, speaking on it? Because how is it your place to say that what these men are doing is wrong? I don't get that. I don't get that. It's their pants. Can't they sag their pants? If they got the money to buy expensive belts, can't they wear expensive belts? See, this is my I guess is my thing, this selective outrage. Like, I'm going to be mad at you for giving constructive criticism, but when you give constructive criticism, nobody should say nothing. I was very shocked at the whole Dwayne Wade situation because you mentioned his wife and you mentioned his child. And you held him to a standard. And for some reason, nobody said nothing. Nobody called you a snake. Nobody called you a weasel, right? You have access to Dwayne Wade, and that was a conversation that you could have had behind the scenes, but you decided to bring it public. You decided to make content out of it. But nobody thought that that was weak weasel. It's not about you liking this, right? It's about you getting this work. And this is not about me being disrespectful, right? Because we always, for some reason, when you get constructive criticism, somebody's a weak weasel, somebody's a snake, somebody's a clown, somebody's weird. But when you give it, you the man. It's the realest thing ever. I sat back and I watched the comments. I said, is somebody going to be in his comments that say, well, why are you worrying about how men wear their pants, Kwame, if you don't hold other men accountable? Didn't ToughLove ask you about accountability? And I'm looking at the comments and I'm just waiting. Any moment now, somebody said, this is the realest shit ever, Kwame. Not that it couldn't be real shit, but I'm like, are we picking and choosing when we want to hold men accountable? You said something else. And this is how you know that I actually gave you the benefit of the doubt, and I actually listened to your video, Kwame. I listened to your video all the way through. You said, why do you have to be at the All-Star game to prove that you one hell of an N-word, right? Let me tell you something. The All-Star game consists of your peers. It consists of your peers. It's one thing to be on YouTube, right? And say I'm one hell of an N-word. But it's a whole nother thing to be standing next to Dwayne Wade, Michael Jordan, and LeBron James and saying that same rhetoric. If you're not doing that, it kind of makes you say, do they think you one hell of an N-word? Do you think you one hell of an N-word standing in the presence of people who say, well, they are one hell of an N-word? That's why that's why they're a part of the 75 players that are elite. But see, here's the thing. Why wouldn't you want to go show support to your fellow peers? You sit in the privacy of whatever it is that you do, whether it's driving in the car, walking on the beach, in the house, etc., etc., etc. And you talk about these same people, but when it's time to go see them face to face, now Kwame Brown don't want to show up. Now it's all the excuses in the world. If I'm a former NBA player, #1 draft pick, I made history. Why wouldn't I want to be there? I don't get it. Why wouldn't I want to be in the presence of the organization? I say that, this is where I'm from. Bro, listen, let me tell you something, man. Kwame, your message is inconsistent. Whether you call yourself one hell of an N-word or whatever, it's inconsistent, bro. It really is, man. It really is. Somebody got to say it. I heard from the Gilbert Arenas thing and Tommy Sotomayor interview or whatever. Like I said, a lot of that stuff was personal. Not all of it, but some of it was personal. I really don't care to talk on that. I won't speak on that. But here's the thought process, bro. Like, listen. Everybody that says something to you is not against you, but not riding for you blindly. Now Gilbert Arenas mentioned the people around you. I don't have no issue with what's his name, Carcino or whatever, whoever it is that he was talking about. But the fact of the matter is, it's like this. Somebody should be telling you, Kwame, it's like this, bro. If you don't want to use your platform and promote accountability of men, or be an example for other men to follow, then cool. But this is what I'm gonna have a problem with, right? This is what I'm gonna have a problem with. What I'm gonna have a problem with is you taking a word that I know that we need in our communities, that I know that we need with men and women and children, and you're taking it and say accountability don't matter. Let me joke this off. Hold yourself accountable. Well, I've always said that. Holding myself to the same standard that I hold other men to. I expect men to be providers, protectors, and role models and leaders. Now, just because I expect you to be a leader don't mean you know how to lead. My responses back to you, Kwame, has never been in a disrespectful fashion. Never talked about your family, but that didn't matter to you. Because what you wanted to do was, well, let me attack you. Let me do what I can to embarrass you. And what's even crazier is that you have people applauding it. So you are around people who don't hold you accountable to the things that you say. Because you talk about self-accountability. Well, here's the thing. You lack integrity if you disrespect somebody who ain't disrespected you. This ain't no sneak diss. This ain't no snake weak weasel shit. This is man talking to man. Your response to the Gilbert Arenas and Tommy Sotomayor interview, bro. I'm like, what's funny? What's the joke about? I'm not playing those, I don't have no issue with self-talk, but I'm not playing those self-talk videos. I'm not going to get somebody else and putting them in the front of the screen talking about, y'all watch this video, this is my response. And nobody tapped you on the shoulder to say, bro, what you doing? What you doing? How is this? The issue is that we don't know how to handle our problems as black men. We don't know how to talk to each other. We don't know how to respect each other every single time. Now, I ain't cursed you out. I ain't call you out your name. I ain't talked about nothing personal about you, but still your reply is, oh, he a weak weasel. He's a this and he's a that and he's a this. And it's like, bro, you have people writing your comments saying the man ain't call you nothing. You had Miss 504 do a whole video disrespecting my daughter. And as a man, that was okay. You got men around you that's calling women the B word all the time, but you saying, well, I'm going to go at Tommy Sotomayor for calling him the B word. You don't want to be in beef. It's not about drama, but you're going to interview the girl that punched Tommy Sotomayor in the face. Come on, man. I'm talking about consent. I'm about to piss somebody off. I'm talking about consistency. What? I'm talking about consistency. You keep framing yourself and putting yourself as the alpha, the omega, the hell of an N-word. And okay, cool. I don't have no problem with nobody framing themselves. But why you can't just be a man, a consistent black man? And if for some reason you don't meet the standard, you fall below the standard, or you get derailed from the standard, somebody tapping you on the shoulder and say, bro, let's get back to consistency. That's wrong. That's weak weasel shit. Accountability is now a bad word. Damn. Listen. I'm telling y'all, this is no. If I didn't put Kwame name in the title and I didn't tag Kwame in this message right here, and I just was sitting here talking about, I ain't gonna mention the content creator's name. Bro, let me tell you something. This is so bright. Forget shade. This is so bright because I want people to hear this. For us as men to talk about accountability is wrong. That's some sad shit. And for grown women and grown men to say, yeah, what you just said was some real shit. What's real about it? What's real about it? Everything we do, we hold people accountable around us. I don't care what sport you play, what organization you belong to, what you connected to. Everything we do, even when people say, just be you, Kwame, they're holding you to a standard. The standard of being you. The standard of not changing up. The standard of telling the truth, Kwame. When does holding people to a standard, holding them to a certain level of accountability become a bad thing? You know what's so funny? Everybody that's connected to you, that has gotten numerous subs from you, all of a sudden now accountability is zero. Now accountability, it's accountability and positivity are all bad words. Anybody that promotes that are bad people. I believe if the people around you, and I'm not just talking about YouTube, I believe if they loved you, they respected you, they supported you in real life, they would say, brother, you have the opportunity to really push trading and coding. You have the opportunity to really empower men. You have the opportunity to really empower women. Get back on your job as a man. Forget whatever false definition we using or whatever you heard somewhere else. All of this mama's cooking and all this other stuff, bro. Let me tell you something, man. You say, why do people talk about a busty bus? Well, I never called you a busty bus. I never called you a bust at all. The same way that I reached out to you is the same way I reached out to Tommy Sotomayor. The same way I reached out to Derek Jackson. Anybody that has a platform that I feel like people are looking at you, this is an opportunity for us to do better, for us to show men and women in communities, this is how we act in a time of pressure. I see a lot of people folding under pressure. A lot of people, it's like, let me get overly emotional. Let me curse you out. Let me disrespect you. I'm just saying, like, if for some reason, if I don't cheer Kwame Brown on at everything he says, that makes me a bad person. But what if I know my self-worth? What if I know what I'm saying? I can take this into a boardroom, or I can take this to a street corner. Hell, I could take it to a jail. I could take it to a daycare. But where can I take what you're doing online? Where can I take that at, Kwame, besides online in a small black beef sector or whatever you want to call it? Where can I take that message? Military veteran versus the NBA, ex-NBA first round draft pick. Bro, it was never a versus in the first place. It was never a versus. You started this off messed up. Because there's nowhere in the world that you sitting down eating cranberry and apples or whatever you're doing, you listening to this and you saying that none of this makes sense. You know what my thing about it is? I'm too optimistic about men. I'm too optimistic about women. I'm too optimistic about communities. I think we could do better. Silly me, dumb me, stupid me. I think we can be better. Anybody hear anything disrespectful I'm saying about to Kwame Brown? I think we could be better. Because even now, people are trying to get all of the insults they got to get in, but ain't heard nothing disrespectful. This is the type of stuff that I'm talking about when we can't really have a response. There is some merit to that interview with Gilbert Arenas and Tommy Sotomayor. There was some merit to it. There was some merit to it. And there's a lot of questions that, to be honest with you, regardless if you don't like the two men talking. So I'm thinking, okay, well, is it accountability or is it hatred? Well, that's not for me to decide, you know, what that interview was about. But there was some merit in regards to questions that you got to answer, bro. Because if it's this plight to be like, you know, I represent and I'm for black women, and then they come over here and say X, Y, and Z. Well, my thought process is, well, let me address this thing real quick. It ain't about jokes. It ain't about name calling. It ain't about games. Let me address this straight ahead as a man. As a man, let me address this. You did everything but address it as a man. You even said to the guy, what you say to Gilbert Arenas? Do you still keep spermicide on you? What does that got? Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. We allow men to be unaccountable. We allow men to disrespect one another. We want to see it. This is entertainment. This is so much fun. You brighten up our day. Thank you. All the things that we just had some serious verdicts happen in regards to the deaths of black men. But we got black men online fighting, calling each other names, disrespecting one another, talking about each other's kids, etc., etc., etc. And it's always like, well, you know, Kwame's only responding and Kwame's only fighting back. And like, Kwame is not a goddamn victim. He's not your son. He's not your uncle. He's not your family member. Kwame can fight his own damn battles. You in defense of Kwame, like let me just defend Kwame. Let me be real with you guys. And that's why I said Tommy Sotomayor in this Gilbert Arenas interview, it did have some merit. A lot of people are leeching off of Kwame Brown for subs. That's why you praise him. That's why your constructive criticism is this big. The praise is this big, but the constructive criticism is this big. I've never seen a bunch of men agree on everything. I'm just saying, I've never seen a bunch of men and a bunch of women agree on everything. Let me explain something to you. You had I'm not even gonna mention her name. You started off on this crusade to defend yourself after however many years of not being in the NBA, and you said, hey, I wanna address these people or whatever, and rightfully so, man. You feel like you need to address somebody, then you address them. I don't have no issue with that. My issue is that you've addressed them, and now you're thinking, well, this is what got me my fame. This is what got me started. This is what put me on the map. So now I need to keep doing it. Kwame Brown, then your status as an ex-NBA player is null and void. Because now you're doing what every other content creator in that section has to do to stay afloat. Beef. What makes you great? What makes you one hell of an N-word if you're doing what everybody else doing? Bro, let me tell you something. I know, Kwame Brown, this is going to resonate to you, okay? There are a lot of women that listen to you because a lot of them are groupies, right? Never had a real conversation with an NBA player, so they try to attach and affiliate themselves with NBA players. This is just real, right? So let me send you a donation so I can, you know, flirt and do whatever. And I'm not knocking them. I'm trying to get you to a realization that a lot of these people have never had a conversation with anybody that had any type of celebrity status outside of YouTube. A lot of these men that attach themselves to you have never had a conversation with anybody that has celebrity status outside of YouTube. And you sit there, you know what I'm saying, and you act like, well, they got so much love for me. Kwame Brown, the same people that's cheering for you today, brother, will be the same people condemning you tomorrow. And the problem is that you didn't respect the fact that I came, here's your flowers, bruh. Oh, and by the way, however, comma. You didn't like the however, comma. Give me my flowers. Hey, ToughLove. All right, cool, ToughLove. All right, cool. Right? Cool. You even had another content creator pointed out, hey, you know, ToughLove was giving Kwame Brown, you know, salutes and whatever the case may be. But then when I gave him constructive criticism, now it's like, oh, he's switching up. Bro, I don't switch up. I don't switch up for you and nobody else. But if you always want people to tell you praises, it's going to really hurt you when people start telling you the truth. Let me do this for you guys. If you are a content creator and every time your reply has to be, let me call you out your name, let me disrespect you, let me disrespect your kids, let me disrespect your career, hell, let me disrespect the fact that you went to college. Oh, you smart N-words. Y'all smart. And anybody that can put a full sentence together, anybody that has a pure thought process, anybody that speaks with a little bit of conviction and can throw some facts in there, we smart Stupid N-words. I ain't never seen somebody with so much hatred for people who went to college. I never seen that before. And it's like other people who haven't went to college, they join in on the fun. Ah ha ha, you went to bro. What? How old are we? And what's so funny is it's people who went to college in your comment section that don't find that odd. What's the joke about? What's the joke about? Even now that I'm not disrespecting you, if you did a reply, you can't help but say, let me call you out your name. Let me disrespect you. Let me get other people that I think that don't like you or will not like you because I said, oh, well, he's giving me constructive criticism. Who are you to hold me to a standard? Bro, I'm a man just like you. When I talk about accountability, it don't jump and skip over tough love. Hell no. It comes to me first. It comes to me first. Let me make sure my shit is in order. So when I start talking about, man, we shouldn't be disrespecting black women, you don't got me online disrespecting black women. Oh, man, we shouldn't be, talking about people's dead relatives and the kids or whatever, but you ain't got me online doing that. So the same standard I'm talking about that I'm saying, hey, we should be doing better to other men, I'm holding myself accountable. It's called consistency. But we so wrapped up in ego, we can't see consistency. We so wrapped up in calling people names, we can't see consistency. We so wrapped up in being one hell of an N-word. We so wrapped up in being one hell of an N-word, we can't see consistency. Here's what's so crazy about it. You would rather listen to a bunch of other men disrespect men that you don't like, right? And here's the thing. I know for a fact you have my phone number, Kwame. So for all of the people that keep on talking about y'all should just talk behind the scenes and all this other stuff and whatever, right? Because this is not a you should go to Kwame Brown's platform type situation, right? Because the only thing that makes our platforms different is ToughLove's platform has consistency. So if I talk about positivity, that's exactly what you're going to find. If I talk about empowerment, that's what you're going to find. You're not going to find me bashing people. You could find me addressing some people. But see, the thing about it is, bro, like, you address people, Kwame Brown, with malice. You address them with hatred. You address them with this victim mentality that once a victim, always a victim. I don't fucking believe that. That was my first F-bomb. I don't believe that. I don't believe that once you're a victim of something, you're always a victim. No, I believe that once you're a victim of something, you learn the lesson from whatever it is that happened, whatever trial and tribulation, and you become a victor. You become a champion. You don't stay in that hate. You don't stay with that discontentment, because here's the thing. That means you ain't healing. That means you ain't healing. So you can't be one hell of an N-word walking around with hatred. Is that what we teaching everybody? Is that the lesson? Is that what people tuning in for? To see your hatred, to see your malice, to see your discontentment, to see your jokes? You talk about somebody else's kid, but don't nobody talk about your kid. Talk about somebody else's parents, but shouldn't nobody talk about your parents. You talk about somebody else's character, but shouldn't nobody talk about your character. Bro, I'm just trying to figure out what this is. I'm just trying to figure, because it looks a little lopsided. It looks a little lopsided. This has to be some type of drunk logic, some type of illogical behavior. Like you do as I say and not as I do. How many of the men that's doing reaction videos on you doing anything about trading and coding? Don't worry, I'm gonna wait for that one. Because if you don't do it, somebody who's close to you should be able to do it, right? Hell, you could have got with, and I know for some reason you and Fresh and Frick got a beef, but he seems to know about trading and coding, or coding one. Hey, shit, let me bring you back on and let me give you the stage so that way we can teach these people. But it's like, what are we teaching them? Real shit, man. Listen, I know I got trolls in here. I don't care. I don't give a shit right now. Listen to what I'm saying, though. If you don't know about trading and coding, wouldn't you just bring somebody on and speak on the matter? Let me get this information out there. And it's like, man, a lot of you content creators, you guys are phony as shit. You guys are phony as shit. Kwame Brown, when I mention your name, it be content creators that I know for a fact that are subscribed to me and they won't say nothing, right? But they'll run to your page. Hey, Kwame, I'm in here. Here's a donation, etc., etc., etc. Right? I talk about something else or whatever case may be. They all in the chat. Here's the thought process. There is nothing that I'm doing right now, right? Hold on. There's nothing that I am doing right now that would cause another content creator to shy away from my channel. Now, if I'm talking about your kids, shy away. If I'm talking about your court cases and baby mamas and this, then shy away. But I'm saying, if we're going to be men, shouldn't we be consistent men? Why is accountability something to play with? Queen Pookie. She says, you are doing what I don't know if this is directed at me, but I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this. You are doing what you say he does. Y'all men are drama and toxic. Let me ask you something, Queen Pookie. Did you put that in Kwame Brown's chat? We're talking about right now, we're talking about accountability, and somebody is calling this toxic. This is how polluted we are. This is how polluted. This conversation is toxic. Not calling people out their names, that ain't toxic. Not pulling up court documents, that ain't toxic. Not talking about people's relatives, that ain't, none of that's toxic. But me talking about accountability is toxic. No, I'm not. No. Listen, y'all. Listen. When I record, just so y'all know, when I record, my phone is already high, and the acoustics in this is very good. You know what I'm saying? So and I'm very passionate about what I'm talking about. Because here's the thing, man. You know, and see, this is the problem that we have. Every time somebody has something to say, we always look for an out. We always look for an out. If it's something real, so in order for me to be real, I gotta curse you out. In order for me to be real, I gotta change your name up. In order for me to be real, I gotta talk about X, Y, and Z. It's like, that's real to you. But when somebody does, when someone speaks and they don't have to do all of those things, you gotta find something else. Okay. See, here's the thing. I don't have to put my chat on members only or members mode only or whatever case may be. If you are a Kwame Brown supporter, and of course you can always tell a fanatic Kwame Brown supporter. If you a regular Kwame Brown supporter, cool, because that means you probably got a level head. But if you're saying things like, this conversation is toxic, well, that says a lot about you. It says a lot about what you accept, because I know for a fact I've seen several inconsistencies, but you ain't over there talking about this conversation is toxic. So that says something about you. We call those distractors. But I ain't gonna curse you out. I ain't gonna call you out your name. And for some reason, because I choose not to do that, I think people take your kindness for weakness. And I think that, you know, underestimating people, that's a bad thing. That's a very bad thing. Underestimating people is a very bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Be mindful that what you have today, that's materialistic, right? The things that you have in your possession, that shit can be gone tomorrow. Humble yourself. Be confident, be courageous, be respectful, but humble yourself. Like all of these people, it's like, let me prove to you I'm the hardest. Let me prove to you I'm the toughest. Let me prove to you. And it's like, what are we proving? The thing that we should be proving is that we are the men we say we are. We are the women that we say we are. We are the community that we say we are. But it's like, for some reason, that ain't good enough. Getting online, calling people names don't make you one hell of a N-word. Bashing black women don't make you one hell of an N-word. promoting drama and gossip and beef don't make you one hell of an enemy. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm confused. Maybe this is something we should subscribe to. Maybe this is something we need for the black community. But then my thought process is, because I just said in my video, which is interesting because I just heard it. I just heard Kwame Brown said it too, so it's interesting. We need to stop blaming the white man for what we do as black people. There's a lot of people out here promoting black power, right? Believe black people powerless. Mentally powerless. Emotionally powerless. Financially powerless. Socially powerless. Spiritually powerless. Nobody trying to empower you. Come on, bro. I'd rather just let me fake beef with this person. Let me call this person out. Let me do this and let me do that. Where's the real conversation? Where's the real conversation at? We get mad at the men that say, where's the real conversation? We put the men that say we need to have a real conversation on a pedestal so we can throw darts at. Bro, let me tell you something, man. For those men that are not afraid to stand on their own, I salute you. I respect you. I appreciate you. I applaud you. Hold on, wait a minute. For those women that are not afraid to stand on their own, I respect you, I appreciate you, and I salute you. For those men that don't have to resort to negativity to prove their point because they're upset, I salute you. To those women that don't have to resort to negativity to prove their point, I salute you. There's nothing magnificent. There's nothing amazing. There's nothing to be applauded that we take it there all the time. And you wonder why we have so much violence in the street. YouTube is a perfect example of why we can't get along. Why we promote negativity. It's funny. Always at the expense of somebody else. It's always at the expense of somebody else. So you don't like constructive criticism. You don't like the word positivity. You don't like the word accountability. But we love drama. We love gossip. And we love beefing. Trying to see if the Joker gonna hit my truck. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me. Ronnie says you can't build in chaos. Chaos only leaves destruction. I'm gonna say this, Kwame Brown, and for other content creators, I don't know what you guys are trying to build. And when I say you guys, I mean you all. Like I don't know what you content creators are trying to do. Like it's still unclear. It's still unclear. But my thought process is you have a lot of young people at some point that looked up to you as an NBA player. And now that you are out of the NBA, you have adults that's looking up to you as an NBA player. And my thought process is, shouldn't you hold yourself to a higher standard? If going to the NBA is that prestigious, if being the #1 draft pick is that prestigious to you, shouldn't you carry yourself different than the average person? Shouldn't you be better than the average person? Because everybody don't go to the NBA. Hell, everybody don't go to the military. Everybody ain't entrepreneurs. So I would think that these entrepreneurs, right, these military veterans, right, these NBA, NFL, whatever the case may be, I would think that you would carry yourself different. Because here's the thing: everywhere I named just now requires some type of leadership. My thought process is, Kwame, were you a leader in the NBA? I know you said something about you don't want to talk basketball, but I'm talking about this because it's relevant. Were you a leader in the NBA? When you were standing with Michael Jordan, were you a leader? When you were standing with Kobe, were you a leader? When you were standing with Gilbert Arenas, were you a leader? Because Gilbert Arenas should be able to vouch Kwame was the leader. Somebody said, well, ToughLove, you said you was in the military. Was you a leader? Well, here's the thing about it, and anybody that's in the military can vouch for this. You get counseling statements, you get reviews, and these reviews let you know either you on your job or you missing the mark. Either you on your job or you missing the mark. So I got counselings when I was a soldier. I got counselors when I was an NCO, when I was a senior non-commissioned officer, and when I was a warrant officer. So these counselings let you know play by play, hey, either this guy was one hell of a leader or he didn't meet the standards. So I'm asking you a question, Kwame Brown. No disrespect, no shade, none of that other stuff, that weak weasel and all that other, bro, like all that gimmick stuff. Let's get rid of the gimmick stuff. And I'm asking you this question. Were you a leader in the NBA? All the teams you played for, like I guess it was several teams you played for. Were you the leader on those teams? Were you one hell of an N-word on those teams? Or did you just become one hell of an N-word here on YouTube with a bunch of average people? Because if you wasn't a leader there, okay, I get it. You're not a leader here neither. I get it. And if you're not a leader, let other people who have leadership lead. Let them lead. Not promote a smear campaign, not promote disrespect, not oh this and oh that. Let them lead. If you don't know how to do it, let them do it. Kwame Brown, you talk down on people. But what you don't realize is whatever made you this self-proclaimed one hell of an N-word, everybody don't have to use titles to prove that they're a real man. You can carry yourself like a king and you can carry yourself like a queen and never call yourself a self-proclaimed king or queen. I don't knock how you feed your family, right? And if this is what you got to do, then cool. But my thought process is there's a better way. There's a better way. There's no way in the world that I could go into these jail fellowship things or go to the street corners or go and tell people it's a better way and then get online and promote. It's no other way than to be about drama. Like, what we doing? Calling black women in the streets all types of B words, but then be pro-black once I get to YouTube. Like this should correlate. There is no. Let me tell you something, man. And this is real. This is all facts. Kwame Brown, the same information that people are pushing out, right, about you that you see that's currently being promoted or whatever is the same information that's getting emailed to ToughLove. I have never spoke about those situations. Matter of fact, I even asked the people, don't send me nothing like that, because that's not what I'm about. But see, here's the thought process, Kwame. You and the people around you, brother, if we say birds of a feather, right? If we're going to promote doing better, then let's do better. Don't just say it. You know what I mean? Let's do it. Now, for people attacking you personally, bro, that's something personally you should handle. And my thought process was this, and this is what I noticed about your reaction to Gilbert Arenas and Tommy Sotomayor's thing. Okay? This is what I noticed about your reaction to Gilbert Arenas thing, right? You talked about people suing X, Y, and Z and yada, 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 yada. And you was like, I could take you to court. I could sue you. And I was thinking about this, right? I was like, if what he's saying is false, why even do a response video? You see what I'm saying? Like, if what, because what he's saying is like some serious accusations, right? So bro, the next piece of paperwork you get is court documents. That's why I was like, well, what's the jokes in the spermicide comments for? Like, my whole thing about it, if what he's saying is untrue, then shouldn't you take legal action against him? Hey, y'all do me a favor, man. Don't y'all don't have to disrespect Kwame Brown in this chat. Y'all don't have to disrespect him in this chat. That's not what this is for. Let me see. I came in 30 minutes ago. Did you? Oh man, I can't even see this. I can't even see your comment. Pizza T. I see the top part of it. I gotta wait for it to scroll up because I can't really see it or whatever case may be. I did address. I said, listen, we all don't do the same. Hold on. It's getting hot. When I say that we as men should not be online calling one another names and disrespecting one another, I don't understand how that jumps over people. Like, that's not a selective. It's not a selective statement. You know what I'm saying? It's a mass statement. It's a general statement that encompasses all. So it's just like, well, if you say Kwame Brown, you got to say every other content creator. No, I said we as men should do better. Women should do better. Us as a black community should do better. I don't understand why it's like selective when I say things. No, I'm saying we all together. So I'm saying, hey, don't bash him in my comment section. How many other content creators you've heard say that? Carmela Monique says, you can only take legal action if the statements are false, in which they are not. I don't know. And that's not what we're here to discuss. But my thought process is, how do we handle issues as men and as women and as a black community? If we now have people looking at us and watching our platforms, if what this guy is saying, if Gilbert Arenas is lying through his teeth, and you even mentioned I could take you to court, why wouldn't you take him to court? Why wouldn't you take him to court? I'm not doing no more response videos. You didn't took this, you didn't made this personal. You didn't put accusations on me that I know are definitely false. But that's why I said this whole narrative of being a man is crazy to me, because it's like we don't do the things we're supposed to do to promote this manhood. Because I want to. Let me tell the people that follow Kwame Brown something. And I'm not even going to disrespect you when I do it. If Kwame Brown can talk about whatever topic he wants to, right? Then so can other people. It's just that simple. If you can talk about Obama, Dwayne Wade, DJ Vlad, DJ Academics, Charlemagne the God, and whoever else you've been talking about, if you want to talk about that and you are entitled to talk about whoever you want to talk about, bro, then so can everybody else. So why would the people who follow you say, well, why are you talking about Kwame Brown? Well, I'm really talking about accountability. I'm talking about accountability. But for some reason, we keep eluding that. We keep ducking and dodging accountability. It's a bad thing. But it's not bad if Kwame Brown talks about accountability. If he talks about why these men walk around with saggy pants on, buying these expensive belts, that's fine and dandy. That's cool. And nobody's saying, well, why do you care about these men when they sag in their pants? They're not your pants. It's not your money for these expensive belts. Like I said, it's selective outrage. A lot of you guys have selective outrage about the people that you want to hate, or the people that you want to dislike, or the people that you want to question. And my thought process is, the thoughts still remain the same. Very different. Yeah, very different. And this is the problem, right? If you're a Kwame Brown supporter and right now you're promoting like this high level of disrespect in the comments, it shows your character and the character of the person that you support. Because me personally, nobody's saying anything disrespectful. You should save that hate for people that hate Kwame Brown. You can go there and do that. You don't have to come over here and do that. Scott Timmel says they will turn on him again. I believe that. I do believe that people pick and choose. And my thought process is, you can listen to one man talk about accountability, but if another man says something about accountability, he a snake and weak weasel and all of these other names. Like, I don't get that. Like, how do you cut your, like, what part of your brain are you turning off so you can ignore what it is that you're hearing? Self-awareness, self-accountability, self-respect. We talk about that over here. But if you go somewhere else, what that's real, but what you say, come on, man. Y'all doing too much. Y'all doing too much. And I'm willing to entertain your questions. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that if I'm not disrespecting you, don't disrespect me. That's what I'm saying. Again, accountability, a certain standard. If I'm not disrespecting somebody, why would I expect somebody to disrespect me? So I don't know if you're a man or woman, but I'm just saying it's crazy on social media. Like, it's really crazy, at least with Facebook, you know what I'm saying, and I think Instagram as well. But you can see people's faces. You see what I'm saying? Here it's like, let me hide and say the most disrespectful things, and it's like, for what? For what? I appreciate it. Thank you. I have yet to see you disrespect them. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's real. I don't even know if you're a subscriber or not. Thank you very much. It's not about disrespect. It's about us taking accountability for us, and also saying, hey, bro, hey, let's get back to whatever work we say. And to me, the Kwame Brown that I got introduced to was trading and coding Kwame Brown. You see what I'm saying? The let's help these kids Kwame Brown. The Hassan Campbell that I got introduced to was, hey, let's help these kids. But everybody that left helping the kids to go do some other shit. And so now that I'm saying, well, why can't we go back to helping the kids? Now it's like, who the hell are you? Who you think you are? Well, let me just talk about you and bash you. And it's like, bro, like, what we doing, man? But what's so sad about it is you got people who subscribe to that narrative and want to see that type of behavior, and don't hold you or as a man or a woman or as whatever responsible. So my thought process is, how can we talk about Dwayne Wade's child and how he's raising his child and what his wife is doing if we ain't holding nobody accountable? I don't want to see no men in dress, and I don't like this, and I don't like that. Okay, cool. That's your opinion and that's your perspective. But why is it when other people have an opinion and a perspective, they're wrong? They're weak weasels. They're clowns. They're weirdos. Can somebody explain that? The Stone Builder says, if you as a supporter can't call your host out when they're out of pocket, then you're part of the problem, period. And it's not even about calling the person out. The thought process is, don't support people blindly. If I'm sitting here and I'm talking about another man's child or court and whatever, like, it's just like, bro, why are you making this personal? Why do you have to take this personal? And I've seen these men make things personal, and we in the comments cheering like, yay, this is what we're supposed to be doing. And so when ToughLove comes along and say, man, we shouldn't be doing that, I'm the bad person. Bless says, this is another good one. Here we go. Bless says, you keep saying you don't disrespect Kwame, but you talk reckless about him. That's disrespect, sir. Just saying, own it. Where's the reckless talking about him? Let me entertain that real quick. Blessed, that's a simple name. Let me entertain you real quick. Where's this reckless talk about Kwame Brown? That you obviously, I don't know if you, because I never seen you in the chat before, so obviously this is your first time. So where's this reckless talk that's about Kwame Brown? Where's this disrespectful, reckless talk? You were just, your fingers was going fast. Let's come on. What did I say? Because I done had at least 4 or 5 people that are Kwame Brown supporters and followers say that, hey, you're not disrespecting this guy. So it's fun. That's what I'm saying. Let me tell you something, man. People will look for something wrong about you before they allow you to be great. Let's just get off. Let me put this to a side real quick and let me give some empowerment. Let me do what I do, right? Salute, Raz girl. People will look for something bad in your message before they will support you. See, the great thing about any man that I've talked about or any woman that I've talked about, I've told them, bro, listen, I can appreciate some of the things that you're saying. I can appreciate some of the things that you're doing, but I don't agree with everything. And here's what I don't agree with, and here's why. If you can't respect that, then keep moving. Get gone. Get gone. But don't put a false narrative on me. You just saying some reckless stuff. Well, what's the reckless shit? What's the reckless shit? What's the, I must be out of my mind. I must be, I'm going to put all these other narratives on him, except he's holding Kwame Brown to the same standard that he carries himself with. The same thing that you can see on all these videos. If this was a praise Kwame Brown channel, it'd be all good. But since it's not about praise someone blindly channel, you know what I'm saying? It's not a praise someone blindly. I didn't see that crazy shit you just did. Well, that's not what I do in real life. And what's so funny is, Bless says, okay. Bless, do me a favor, right? If you can't, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna address what you just said, but do me a favor, and because you don't have to curse, like you doing too much, like that's fanatic behavior. Okay, so let me explain something to you, right? There's nothing reckless about what I said about the All-Star game. I asked, were you a leader around these men? Were you one hell of an N-word around these men? If they are celebrating an organization that you belong to, whether you're an ex-NBA player, current NBA player, whatever the case may be, the thought process is, if they are celebrating, this is an occasion where all of these people get together and they're celebrating the fact that we all played in the same league. Hey, these are the top 75. Hey, salute Michael Jordan, salute LeBron James, salute D Wade, whatever the case may be. Why wouldn't you want to be a part of that? Why wouldn't you want to? I don't understand why that's not a logical question. And it's reckless because I asked that. Come on, Bless. Do better. Do better. I hear a lot of men talk about logic and reasoning and common sense and all this other stuff, but it's really common sense. Anybody can be one hell of an N-word with average people. But can you go wherever you say you belong to and you connected to, can you go there and be one hell of an N-word? That's impressive. To me, if LeBron walks up to Kwame Brown, you know, hey bro, hey, salute for being the first African American drafted out of high school. Salute. Okay, cool. That's what's up. That's dope. But why we don't see none of those interactions? We see YouTubers doing it, right? Hey, Kwame, my man, But we don't see these basketball players doing it. Why is that? No shade, no sneak dissing and no whatever you talking about. See, here's the thing. It is one thing to be a fan of someone versus a fanatic of someone. Right? If you're showcasing fanatic behavior, this conversation ain't for you. Because whatever I say is going to be wrong. Let me read Pizza T. Did you call out the people Kwame are beefing with? Well, all of this needs to be addressed in the video because the foolishness needs to stop. My goodness. Okay. The people that's beefing with Kwame Brown. There's a lot of people that are beefing with Kwame Brown. And I feel like by me saying the nonsense needs to stop, we need to stop calling each other's name and disrespecting each other. I think that I am addressing all of them. I just feel like I am addressing all of them. You see what I'm saying? The same way I shouldn't sit here and say, oh, well, let me call Kwame Brown a bus or this or that or this and this. Then I'm thinking nobody should. But the thought process is, you got to understand, it's like this. A lot of things have been done in malice. And whether you guys want to agree with it or, hold on, whether you want to agree with it or not, a lot of things have been done with malice to people. So a lot of people have a discontentment for Kwame Brown because things have been done with malice. People that are connected to Kwame Brown, people, you know what I'm saying, they have taken, in the name of Kwame Brown, I'm going to do this to your family. I'm going to do this to your character. I'm going to, so it ain't my place to be like, oh, well, y'all stop going at the people that disrespected your family members. I'm just saying personally, hey, listen, if we can stop the disrespect, cool, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be. But it's like, to me, what's crazy is that if I say stop, let's stop doing the disrespectful stuff. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna address that real quick. Hold on for a minute. I'll read the comment and then I'll come back and address it. But it's your place to address Kwame Brown, question mark. Okay. Let me break this down for you guys. For some reason, we're under this thought process that is it your place to do something? Is it your place to address Kwame Brown? Okay, well, technically, when Kwame Brown says, you accountability N-words dudes make me sick. Well, I'm an accountability guy. You know what I'm saying? And my thought process would be, how does accountability guys make you sick? But beefing, drama, gossip, calling people out their names, bashing their character, how does none of that make you sick? How are you not fed up with that? Me personally, I'm fed up with it all. How are you not fed up with it? So all of the questions that you guys are like trying to reverse back onto me, I think these are questions that you should be asking him. Why are you not fed up with the drama and beef, Kwame? I'm glad you find it funny. It says it's hilarious. All these perfect people are so passionate about holding Kwame Brown accountable. Is this accountability for all men? Accountability for all women? But this would be the same type of person that would be in Kwame Brown's chat, big upping him for saying something about why these young boys walking around here with their pants sagging. But if I say we should be stopping the disrespect and we should carry ourselves a certain type of way as men and women, it's wrong. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Sorry. You can't be a fanatic, you know what I'm saying, and a fan at the same time. Like, you pick your battle, because here's the thing. When you say stuff that's ignorant, you say stuff that's crazy and off the wall, and you say this is in the name of Kwame Brown. This person said it's hilarious how all these people are so passionate. Bro, I'm passionate about men being men, women being women, communities being communities that support one another, that build one another. You guys have spent the last, Kwame Brown supporters have spent the last week and some change, right? And that's just from what I saw. Beefing, calling people names, disrespecting people. So for me to say, man, that stuff is unnecessary. Because you're too scared to say it. Because you want to be down. You want to be a part of something. Yeah, we can go ahead and get you up out of here because you're doing too much. You're doing too much. I think that's just back, you know what I'm saying? I think that's just somebody just want to be seen, and you know what I'm saying? Somebody, the Stone Builder says, again, nobody hits Kwame's link because he kicks you out for disagreeing with him. Trey Kale says, you were riding hard for him when he was doing the exact same thing he is doing now when he came out the scene. LOL, now you're bothered. What was I riding hard for? When Kwame first came out, everybody was like, hey, yeah, you should talk back to the industry or to the machine. You should defend yourself. I think everybody was in support of that. So I'm trying to figure out, like, and the people he was talking about, Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith or whatever case may be, here's my thought process. Everybody was in support of the underdog saying, I'm not going to allow you guys to disrespect me as a man or my character. Everybody was in support of that. So when you make that statement, it's like, well, I said my videos in support, and I said it even here. I said I supported Kwame Brown when he first came out talking about trading and coding and him defending himself. But my thought process is, right now, we way from that. We wave from that. The Hassan Campbell wave from that. And if you as a supporter don't realize that, then again, it's a difference between a fan and a fanatic. It's a difference. A fan is going to say, hey, I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, your content. I appreciate your struggle. I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, what it is that you're saying or whatever case may be. But, however, comma, you know what I'm saying, you've been going left for quite some time. Let's get back to it. But a fanatic is going to sit there and just eat up everything. You're never wrong. Whatever you say. Kwame Brown should have a personal... Kwame Brown, if he has something personally going on with somebody else, that's Kwame Brown's personal beef. That has nothing to do with his fans, nothing to do with people who donate. That's his personal beef. He can handle that as a man. I don't need to make videos attacking the people that he don't like as a grown man or but you guys cheer for that. You cheer for that. But then when I say, man, we should just cut that nonsense out, that's a problem. Uncle L says, seems like opinions aren't respected anymore. I don't even think this is about having an opinion. I think it's about right is right and wrong is wrong. If I sat here and I called people a bunch of names, but then I came back and say, oh, we should just stop calling people names. It's like, dude, that's hypocritical. That's hypocritical. But if I don't call people names and say, hey, maybe we should stop calling people names, that don't make sense neither. Shut Up and React says, opinions, if you are in line with the group, are accepted. There's some validity to that. We was all on Kwame's side until he showed his true colors with Gilbert. Trimer says, you guys, I am simply just asking questions and requesting further clarification. Maybe it's just coming, maybe it's just it's coming off a little crazy. You know, I done read like 3 of your questions out loud. Maybe it's just coming across a little crazy or whatever case may be. So that's why I'm kind of trying to, you know, take it slow or whatever. Carmilla says, look how many followers he gained. Is that duh or do? It's supposed to be do. Kwame Brown gained tons of support, but looks at the difference once became the person he hated. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about there. I think, like I said, man, this is not, you know, for those people that feel like this is like the ultimate attack, it's not no attack. Nobody wants to attack this guy. We're talking about accountability. If you make accountability sound bad, yeah, definitely I'm gonna have an issue with that. Definitely. And it's so crazy about, because I'm talking about, I just said it's about accountability of self. It's about not only self, but also the men and women around you. That includes social media. How you act on social media should reflect how you act in real life. All of the nonsense and name calling and drama and all of that crap, if that's what you do in real life, you can't be one hell of an N-word. You can't be, because you always gonna be on the swivel. Your head gonna always be on the swivel if that's what you're promoting in real life. And see, the thought process is, it's great to give some gems. It's great to give some words of encouragement, but stop surrounding it with nonsense. Stop surrounding it with nonsense. That's all I'm saying. And it's sad that people say, well, what makes you qualified to give Kwame advice? Anybody can give you advice. Nobody should be above approach. You should be able to give Kwame advice. Hell, you should be able to give me advice. But don't just say, well, you shouldn't say anything. If Kwame Brown says, hey, ToughLove, listen, man, I like your message, but here's my issue. But make sure it's your issue, not what somebody told you the issue should be. Make sure it's your issue. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of these people who have something to say ain't listened to the whole conversation. So when Kwame Brown says, hey, ToughLove, you know, you gave your input on the Gilbert Arenas and Mr. Skinny's take or whatever, and you only listened to an hour and a half. You didn't listen to the whole 4 hours. And I said, and hold on, this is what he told me. And I said, I don't need to listen to the whole thing to get what's going on. But then I said, you know what? Okay, no problem, Kwame. Let me go back. Let me sit down. Let me make time to listen to this entire thing. Nothing that I thought changed the situation, changed my point of view. But I said, let me go back and listen to this situation. I said, if you're going to have a conversation, you might not want to do it inebriated, because here's the thing. Now, because you're already emotional, you're going, it's going to be extra amplified. Didn't change anything that I said, but I said, you know what? In order to say, let me give a fair perspective, let me listen to the whole thing. Let me tell you something. A lot of you guys are not fair at all. A lot of you guys are not fair at all. And you do anything so you can be down. So you can, if it's somebody that has something different to say than Kwame Brown, you're in their comments trying to say the most disrespectful stuff. And here's the thought process. This is, to me, what a real man would do. You don't have to go to somebody else's chat. Hell, you don't have to be in my chat and disrespect someone. I've seen people in people's chat talk about people's kids, dead relatives, their job, their character, call them names. I've seen these things in these people's chats. So when I say, bro, let's stop it, why would that be an issue? For people who know their worth, for people who have self-value and self-respect. You can't talk about accountability with people that don't even hold themselves accountable. Let me tell you something. When it comes to conversations, you should be able to have a conversation anywhere that promotes a fair and balanced platform. Kwame Brown's platform is not a fair and balanced platform. I don't know what you guys are looking at and what you guys are thinking, but it's not a fair and balanced platform. There are numerous people that don't have fair and balanced platform. I'm just saying. So for you, that's like you are blood and the Crip wants you to come on to their platform and have this conversation. To do what? To do what? To do what? People that's always trying to stack the deck against you. People that's always trying to promote a bunch of chaos and then act like, well, within this chaos, I'm doing something good. I don't subscribe to that narrative. That's not me. That's not me. I'm not fighting an uphill battle because I don't think it's a battle that we even need to be fighting. I don't see Kwame Brown as an opponent. I don't see him as an enemy, right? I don't see him as an op. You move differently if you see that. The thought process is nothing that I'm saying should not be said. But if you're sitting there saying, how can I make what you're saying bad? Then the problem is not me. The problem is you. The problem is you. Nobody should want you to follow people blindly. Nobody should want you to disrespect people on their behalf. And if they are allowing that, applauding that, and appreciating that because they're getting likes, subscribers, and donations, well, I'm telling you, this is the problem. No, we can't blame the white man for this. We can't blame the white man for this. We do it to each other. And all of these comments that are coming in the chat room, I want to ask you guys something. Why are you not telling Kwame Brown, stop beefing? Stop the drama. Somebody said, well, you ain't got no content if you don't talk about Kwame Brown, but we just talked about Dante Wright, Ahmaud Arbery. We talked about Kim Porter. We talked about the industry. We talked about Ukraine and Russia. We talked about all these other things, but for some reason, I'm about to piss somebody off. For some reason, I address what needs to be addressed, and I do it in a manner that has a certain level of balance to it. And very little to no, I want to really say zero, but it's always somebody that got to point out something. Very little to no disrespect. So therefore I can take that message and play it in front of anybody. I'm going to give you guys an opportunity. C-Man says, folks don't understand that words, big or small, have effects. Kwame can say things that are odd at times. We even talked about self-love. We definitely talked about self-love. You're right. You're exactly right. Kwame fans are... I don't want to call Kwame fans weird. See, my problem is I'm too... Bruh. Just as savage as you see some of these content creators go, I believe the ToughLove family can go. But we don't choose to do it. And for some reason, because we don't choose to do it, people say, you know what I'm saying, they take your kindness for weakness. I don't think that anybody that subscribed to the ToughLove channel is a weak person or ignorant person. They don't promote, you know, we're going to follow you blindly. And I don't want them to promote following me blindly. I don't want the people that I'm connected to do videos promoting hate speech and cyberbullying and slander, and like, that's just not me. And it's like, for some reason, because I don't do it, and I'm saying it's wrong for other people to do it, that's a bad thing. That's a bad thing. You see somebody beating their kid in public, like beating the hell out of their kid, and you say, oh, hey, stop, man, you shouldn't be doing that. Who are you to tell me? Bro, I'm concerned. You don't have to ask me to be concerned. I'm concerned that if those actions continue, it ain't gonna be good. That your safety is going to be in jeopardy. I'm concerned that somebody is going to look at you and say, you know what? If you can do it, I can do it too. Well, somebody's looking at you and saying, you are an example of something. Why wouldn't I say, damn, bro, if you're going to be an example, be a positive example? I ain't say be perfect. For some reason, somebody came in and said, oh, you think you so perfect. Bro, I'd be the first one to raise my hand and says, bro, I am not perfect, but I'm trying. That's why I promote a level of consistency on my channel. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to see better. I'm trying to build better. That's why I don't lead these campaigns against, no. But you guys sit and you let people lead campaigns and you cheer for it. And for the people that say we should stop it, y'all mad at. Y'all mad at. There is no way in hell if I was Kwame Brown, I was sitting listening to ToughLove, what he had to say, I would be mad. I would be in an uproar. Let me call you something weak, Weasel. It's not about some accountability. It's not about selective accountability. It's not about, well, if one person say it, but the other person say it, you know what I'm saying? Oh, well, yeah, I'll listen to your type of accountability, but not. It's accountability, period. From men, for women, for communities, across the board. Everybody should be held accountable. Not just white people. We good at holding white people accountable, boy. What they say, what they do, how they look, how they dress, what they talk like. They the enemy, they the op. But then when somebody come along and say, well, what about us? What are we doing to ourselves? There's more destruction going on damn YouTube than it is in some of these streets. Not Naya says, well, hundreds of YouTubers aren't coming for you all day. Right. You're right about that. You're right about that. But see, here's the thought process, right? When you say I'm one hell of an N-word, you automatically putting a target on your back anyway. Or they say the loudest person in the room. But you guys already know that, right? You guys already know that. They say the loudest person in the room. Finish the sentence. My thought process, if you're going to put a target on your back, right? Or you're going to put this statement or this title up in front of your name. Okay, well, of course people going to test you. Of course people going to test you. But I agree. But the thing about it is when you start, the minute you start saying, I'm going to talk about your spouse, or I'm going to talk about your kids, or I'm going to talk about this and I'm going to do it. I'm going to tell you like this, man. When you go low, somebody goes lower. And that's where we are right now with this Kwame Brown situation. When Kwame Brown goes low, somebody goes lower. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening. Open your panel up so we can hear others' perspective. Okay, I'm not on a streaming app. I'm right on YouTube. So this is not a open your panel up situation. But your perspective is getting played right now. It's in a, unless you're being disrespectful, your comments are staying. I got numerous moderators. Okay, it's not the, sorry. My apologies. My apologies. I was reading a comment. ToughLove, he was saying the exact same, King, when you were Team Kwame, he came on here saying he's a hell of a, now you bothered. No, hold on back, Trey. I'm saying if you title yourself and say I'm one hell of an N-word, okay, I'm saying you putting a target on your back. But for some reason, you keep saying you were supporting him. Now you're not supporting him. So would it matter if I didn't support him? I don't get it. Me doing videos like everybody else, reacting to whatever Kwame is saying I either agree or I disagree. Now, if the support is when I agree with you, okay, I can get that. But I never blindly followed anybody on YouTube. I'm just saying. It lets you know when people are listening, right? It lets you know when people are listening to have a clear understanding, and definitely promoting their common sense based on the questions that they ask. To be honest with you guys, it really does. You know what I'm saying? This is not a no man should follow another man, period. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on the context of that. Because people get mentors, people follow mentorship. So whether that's a male or a female, you're following the guidance of a mentor. Now, I don't know if Kwame Brown has ever said I'm a mentor. I don't know if he said I'm a leader. The fact of the matter is, it says a lot. That's why I asked the question, well, do you consider yourself to be a leader? Were you ever a leader? Because to me, that gives us the backstory to understand, well, okay, I get it. I understand. All right, I get it. I get it. But you do have people that are proven leaders, bona fide leaders. So the thought process is, well, if we're trying to build something, wouldn't you want the people that know how to build it? Because here's the thought process. Everybody says, well, we shouldn't listen to celebrities because they don't have our best interests in mind, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But the second a celebrity speaks, we run. Cardi B, we run. Meg Thee Stallion, we run. Puff Daddy, we run. So if everything they do, we now pull that into our average lives. You got some people that expect men to say, okay, well, hey, I'm going to buy you everything, and the only thing that you got to bring to the table is vagina and smiles. So she ain't got to be intelligent. She ain't got to be considerate. She ain't got to be ambitious. She ain't got to be thought-provoking. She ain't got to be a partner. Like, these conversations that's being held, it's just like, man, we are upping this side and downing this side. We are disrespecting this side and praising this side. Like, it don't matter across the board. If we have a basic conversation, a basic understanding, so that way we can actually do something that's going to be positive. H. DeBeer says, I think Kwame is just about this YouTube popularity that he didn't get. The thing about it is I didn't follow him in the NBA, so I don't know. I don't know if he was popular in the NBA or not. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. That's for, like, you know, people who really follow the NBA. You know what I'm saying? I know what people have said, but I don't know personally if that's the truth or not. But my thought process is, again, if you are used to the limelight, if you are used to leadership, then to me, you act different. You conduct yourself differently. I know that going back and forth, arguing and screaming, talking about, let me disrespect you, I know that's not what men do. And if you're going to respond back to somebody, okay, I get it. Put the energy in that video, whatever case may be. But the thought process is all of the rest of the things that we can be doing to build, for some reason, that's not important. And what's sad about it, Kwame, is people would rather see you beef with Tommy Sotomayor, with Gilbert Arenas, than see you build. Whether you build with them or not, see you do something positive. And if that don't alarm you, that's crazy. They would see you call people boys and weak weasels and snakes and weirdos. They would rather hear you say that than talk about trading and coding, and that don't alarm you. Step back and just listen to that. Look at those videos. Matter of fact, you ain't got to do it for me. I'm just saying, when you talked about trading and coding versus when you talk about beef, look at the viewership. Look at the donations. Bro, I don't care if I got 20 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? One view. The fact of the matter is, it's like this. If I'm getting it for the right reasons, I call it getting it out the mud. That's what I call it. But the fact of the matter is, if I'm getting it for the right reasons, I'm getting views, right? My little views for talking about accountability, for talking about responsibility, for talking about self-love, self-awareness, for treating people with respect and dignity, for being fair and impartial. If it only takes 2 views at a time, then okay. But when you said these accountability N-words make me sick, okay, let's leave that right there. Because nobody said anything about that. Nobody in the comments said, you know, oh yeah, okay. The people that beef don't make you sick. The people that promote drama don't make you sick. The people that gossip don't make you sick. The people that call each other names don't make you sick. The people that's doxing people online don't make you sick. The people that are bashing men don't make you sick. The people that are bashing women don't make you sick. None of that makes you sick. The motherfuckers that's holding people accountable make you sick. I thought that shit was odd. I thought that shit was weird. Let's just be real. None of the negative stuff make you sick. John, it's not even about pissing nobody off, man. Like I said, man, listen, don't take my passion for anything else than passion. That's it. And I'm passionate about accountability because I see men that don't hold people accountable. What happens in life, in real life? If you would have told him, bro, listen, calm down, bro. Before you do something, you're going to regret. Every time I talk to someone that's in this jail fellowship program, it's saying, I wish someone held me accountable. I wish someone told me to do better. There is no reason for me to talk to a young man, an old man, or whatever type of man and say, man, you're right. We do need to be better. We do need to think about what we're saying and doing because there's consequences. Suppose somebody don't like what you're saying online and they want to do something about it. Because you've seen the end results, where they can end up. It's only 3 places: the morgue, jail, or the hospital. I don't know if you're trying to be funny. See, I don't know if you're a man or female. Trey says, so you consider yourself an accountability, well, Zulu just said something else, but hold on. You consider yourself an accountability ninja. Who else is holding people? Who else is talking about accountability? Y'all put it in chat. Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Give me the channel of another man talking about accountability for men and accountability for women and accountability for communities. Do me a favor. That's in this. I don't know what space. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't even know what space this is. But do me a favor. Put it in the chat. For those people, put it in the chat. I'll go check it out. Because as far as I'm concerned, for the last couple of months, I'm the only one. Okay. Zulu Beat says the manosphere only holds women accountable. Nope. So we're not talking about that. Somebody that holds everybody accountable and they hold themselves accountable. Same standard for all. Give me that person. Give me that channel. Please somebody give me that channel. Whether you a Kwame Brown follower, whether you a Tommy Sotomayor follower, a Gilbert Arenas follower, give me that channel. Somebody that holds everybody to the same standard. Somebody that's going to call it down the middle. That's not disrespecting people along the way. It's not about their kids. It's not about none of that stuff. That's exactly what it is, Riding Dirty. Tough Love wants all YouTubers to consider their scope of influence. I don't think that's a bad thing because I got to consider mine. I got to consider somebody's child, somebody's nephew, somebody's family member, coworker, going to see what it is that I'm saying, and I may influence someone. I may influence someone. So I need to hold myself accountable for the things that I'm putting out, for the things that I'm promoting, for the things that I'm cheering for. If you don't get that and don't understand that, damn, bro, we got a whole long way to go. We got a long way to go. A long way to go. People would rather see you do negative stuff than to be positive. Come on, Kwame. Ain't nothing to get mad about what I'm saying right now. People would rather see you go down a road of destruction than go down a road that's positive. Hell, they don't even want to see you make a road. I would rather you beef with ToughLove than have a conversation with ToughLove. Don't drop the link if I ain't subscribed to your channel, bro. That don't make sense. I don't even know. Like, and then it's like, for some reason, addressing me means you need to disrespect me. But I ain't disrespecting you. But that makes you one hell of an N-word. I don't, man, bro. I don't get the, I get it. I get the hypocrisy. I get the nonsense. I get the one-sided standards. I get all that. But the fact of the matter is, it's the people in the comments that don't even, you can't be just fans. You got to be fanatics. You got to be fanatics to say, yeah, this is what's up. You go to court, you ain't going to overtalk each other, right? Because we always talk about the court of YouTube. You ain't going to overtalk each other, right? You're not going to be able to call each other names. You're not going to be able to talk about each other's kids or parents, right? So when it's time to have a real conversation, it's going to be promoted fairly. If you don't have that type of platform, why invite somebody to the platform to have a conversation that's going to be a one-sided narrative? Trey says, the lies you tell. You really working hard today for Kwame. Give him some water, Uncle Stu. Trey says, the lies you tell, the day he dropped the link for you, he had your name in the title. Okay, check this out. Nobody is tagging my name correctly. So again, I don't know. And when I found out that he had put my name in the title, that was because a mutual subscriber sent me the link and was like, hey, Kwame Brown, blah, blah, blah. So by the time I got done doing whatever it is that I was doing, I hit the link. I'm not subscribed to him. Listen to me, because it ain't computing for you. Since I'm not subscribed, I have to wait 20 minutes because he have it on subscribers only. So I got to wait 20 minutes, right? Listening to whatever is going on, right? After the 20 minutes, by the time it elapsed, and I said, hey, I'm here. I hit the link, and it said, we'll let the host know, but the panel is full, or StreamYard is full right now. What exactly is you expecting me to do? I'm going to go ahead and get you the hell up out of here, bro. Because you're doing too much. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. That's too much. Nah, we're not doing nothing. We're not doing nothing. Miss Carolyn says, ToughLove is asking for positivity and accountability, and people are coming for him as if he says anything for crime against humanity. Man, these people, man, some of these people crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? The Stone Builder says, so Kwame can talk about everybody he wants, but when people speak on him, it's a problem. Ain't that a rich? Yeah, it's just interesting to me. I got this one person here, this Trey guy, talking about, oh, well, what about this? And you was riding with him and da-da-da. Bro, listen, I don't know what riding with him is. If I'm commenting and saying, I agree with this particular topic, kudos. Hey, good, here your flowers, bro. Salute. But then I disagree. Now all of a sudden I didn't backstab Kwame. I didn't drug him under the mud, bro. We not always going to agree. But when I agreed, at least I said it. You got some people who ain't never agreed with Kwame Brown, who ain't never liked Kwame Brown. You know what I'm saying? So it's the problem is that you guys only know one way to be. Either you're solely for love or you solely for hate. But there are some people that are balanced mentally, that can give an honest perspective, that can stay balanced. I don't gotta hate a man to have a conversation with a man, or to have a disagreement with a man. It's not about hate. Like you guys are funny. Just like you want me to hate this dude so bad, bro. I don't hate him. I don't know him. But I ain't got to agree with what's going on online, on social media, that we say, well, we got to do better for our kids because mass media is doing so much destructive stuff. Bro, we are part of that media. We're a part of that media. We want to hold DJ Vlad accountable. We want to hold CNN accountable, but we don't want to hold ourselves accountable. It's a sneak diss if I say that. That's weak weasel shit if you say that. How dare you point out facts? Says throw him out. He was holding ToughLove accountable. Nah, I think what he was being a troll. See, here's the thing. When you go live and you put a person's name in the title, right? If you come to listen, that's one thing. But you come in the defense. Kwame Brown don't need your defense. Imagine someone, I say ToughLove. So imagine someone saying, well, bro, hey, here are your damn flowers. You know what I'm saying? But it's different bringing flowers versus bringing a gun. ToughLove. Let me pull this gun out and let me show, hey, you guys are coming to destroy because you can't build. You're coming to be negative because you can't be positive. You are an extension of Kwame Brown's thought process. You are an extension of Kwame Brown's content because you guys either promote or derail what it is that he's trying to accomplish on YouTube. So if you're bringing negativity to ToughLove, well, my thought process is, what is ToughLove saying that warrants negativity? When you can see Kwame Brown say, hey, y'all don't call nobody names in my chat, because that's not who I am. Y'all don't disrespect nobody family members in my chat, because that's not who I am. Right? Who he is or what he promotes is exactly what you guys are doing right now. In the name of Kwame Brown, disrespecting me in the name of Kwame Brown. This is what keeps the drama up. This is why people have such discontentment. Because it's like, now let me address this troll who says you was riding with Kwame Brown. Da, da, da. Well, whatever I was doing, I never stopped doing. Whatever it is I was doing before, I never stopped doing it. I didn't 100% agree with everything Kwame Brown said before, and I'm still not 100% agreeing with everything Kwame Brown says now. So I never changed up. So this whole motivation to say, well, let me just find something bad about what he's saying or what he's doing. Bro, the proof is in the pudding. Don't edit it and make it look like what you want it to look like. Listen to the video. Sit down and listen to the video. If you can't, my thought process, if you can't be respectful in the chat, the thought process is, God forbid if I was talking about his kids or something. God forbid if I was talking about, his career or something. So here's the thing. Even if you don't talk about none of that, you still being disrespectful. Kwame Brown, is this what you're about? Is this what you want to promote? People will have a disdain for you because of what people do in your name. Let me explain something to you. If someone goes over to another chat where a person I didn't have some type of disagreement with for whatever, we didn't agree. We don't hate each other. We're not enemies. I'm not riding down on you. I'm not shooting you. It's not on site when I see you. We just don't agree on this particular topic. And the people that subscribe to the Tough Love channel then get in your comment section and start talking about everything other than the actual conversation. Disrespecting you to some high extent on my behalf. My thought process is, I would tell them as a man to stop it. Don't do that. Don't do that. How many times have you seen Kwame Brown do that? It's a difference between being a leader and being popular. It's a difference. You act a certain type of way. You carry yourself a certain type of way. There's things that you don't do because you don't need to. It's frivolous. It's nonsense. It's petty. All the people that beef with, that want to beef. There are plenty of people that's in the beef sector right now that I probably could call their names out, that want to beef, that want to take it there. You don't beef with none of them people, but you beef with the dude that say, I come in peace. Hold on, wait. That's like a hood dude going to the suburbs talking about, yeah, I'm looking for somebody to fight. All the people, all the Crips, Bloods, Latin Kings, GDs, Vice Lords, all of them around, but let me beef with the person in the suburbs. Sitting on the porch drinking lemonade. Let me beef with that. That's what you guys do when you jump in other people's chat rooms. We drinking lemonade over here chilling. We chilling. You coming to beef? Oh, well, what about this and what about it? What about it? What about it? If Kwame Brown is allowed to have a perspective as a man, then so does everybody else. Period. But it's not worth having a conversation with people that don't appreciate the conversation. Ms. Johnson says, Kwame has addressed all those people from his past. Did you ask why he keep speaking on Gil after he said that? Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't. I'm saying the disrespect should stop. I'm saying we should do better as men and women. That's what this is about. I'm saying accountability is it ain't nothing funny. It's nothing to joke about. You know, you hold yourself accountable. Yeah, you should hold yourself accountable. We've said that numerous times. But the thought process is, imagine me being cool with somebody running around calling black women the B word, but I'm not gonna hold you accountable. But we so cool. Are we for black women or are we against black women? Are we for black men or are we against black men? Are we for the black community or are we against the black community? I'm just trying to figure out what it is, man. You can't promote hatred and malice, and then when other people promote hatred and malice, woe is me. Salute, lovely, I see you. Salute. Leon says, let them state everything negative, what they have to say. Maybe Kwame will see it and understand. Well, this is why I do this, because it says I typed in all caps all that time. Sorry, no problem. I appreciate you saying that. The point is, Kwame was not following through on his words. Gil was a point of reference. Understood. CE says, Kamisha trying to say Gil don't talk about him. Yeah, I don't follow those guys enough to be like who talk about who. That's why I'm not talking from that standpoint. I'm saying because I actually got the link for what is it? Tommy Sotomayor and Gilbert Arenas. I said, well, let me listen to this and see what he has to say. And like I said, there were some points made. The personal stuff, I have not spoken on none of the personal stuff. That has nothing to do with me. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But there are some points being made, and one of the points was accountability. Accountability in reference to or the counter to that was Kwame also mentioned accountability. So now ToughLove, who's been talking about accountability, is addressing accountability. I don't think accountability is selective. I don't think accountability is about who we like. Accountability is across the board. That's a standard across the board. They don't raise the bar. They don't raise the bar and say, when you go get your driver's license in your state, oh well, because I like you, you ain't got to take the test for the driver's license. What? Huh? Because I like you, you ain't got to take the bar exam. What? Huh? Accountability is a standard across the board. If you don't have a standard of operating procedures, there's something wrong. I appreciate that, hopefully. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I think he's a popular guy. He should be a popular guy. You know, salute that you made it to the NBA, the first #1 draft pick, African American. You did make history, and that's why I said, if all of these guys that are in the NBA right now, the top 75 people, why would the #1 draft pick, black, first ever, why would he not want to be in attendance of that? Wouldn't that make you one hell of a N-word? That's, to me, that's a legitimate question. That's a legitimate question. Thank you. My daughter picked this out, man. She got one. It's a different color. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Lee, it says, when did Kwame call himself a leader? I don't know. I asked him, did he consider himself to be a leader? Was he a leader inside the NBA? Because I get the notion of being one hell of an N-word now, but were you one hell of an N-word inside the NBA? When did you become one hell of a N-word? When you went viral? When you came to YouTube? Like, when did this happen? When did this happen? For some reason, nobody's asking none of these questions. And at this particular point, anybody that has achieved a certain level of success can go around people that are unsuccessful and say, I'm better than you. But when you can go around people that are just as successful around you and still claim to be the big dog, then that's a different conversation. Standing with other YouTubers ain't gonna make you the big dog. Standing with people who share what it is that you do, what it is that you say your organization you belong to, you connected to, those people should be able to say, yeah, he was the big dog when he was here. For those people that were in the military, when you was in that unit, were you the big dog? When you were in that brigade, were you the big dog? I'm not talking about in the whole NBA. I'm saying when you were on that team or you played for those teams, did they consider you one hell of an N-word? That's a logical question. That's a logical question. He says, just say you don't like Kwame. Bro, all this BP, I don't know, what is BP? Black people on YouTube just selling tickets. Well, here's the thing. You getting this for free. You're getting this for free. But see, here's the thing. This is my thought process. And I keep challenging you guys, right? Amar, if what I'm saying is terrible, Kwame disrespecting people has to be just equally as terrible, right? If what I'm saying is bad, Kwame giving his perspective on Dwayne Wade should be just as bad, right? Talking about DJ Vlad and whoever else should be bad, right? Wouldn't he be included in the black people that are just selling tickets? Everything that you guys are doing, to be honest with you, it's embarrassing towards Kwame Brown. Everything that you guys are doing, there is no argument. There is no logic behind what you're doing. You're just doing it just because, and then putting Kwame Brown's name in it to make it look like what you're stating is some type of official statement. Ha ha ha. It's not an official statement. It's not nothing real about it, nothing logical about it, nothing fair and balanced about it. Because here's the thought process. If you think that tough love is a part of all this drama and all this negativity, then how do you exclude Kwame Brown? How do you exclude him? Because I can guarantee that Kwame Brown got more beef videos than I do. CE, I appreciate it. You ain't got to tell him I don't hate Kwame Brown. If Kwame Brown is sitting down listening to this, if he listens, what he said, I had to listen to a 4-hour interview. So if he listens to this 2-hour conversation, there is no way he's saying he hates me. This guy just don't like me. I'm talking about our actions as men. I'm giving clear examples of our actions as men. Stop the negativity, stop the name calling, stop the drama, stop all of this crap, and let's get back to doing what it is that we say and we about doing. Does that mean that he has to talk about trading and coding all the time? Because that's what somebody gonna say. That's the next hater thing to say, right? No. What I'm saying is there is more emphasis put on the bad, negativity, the drama, the gossip, the fake beef than being put on anything that's in support of children. That's what I'm saying. Lee, I guess. But it's comments like that. So y'all let little boys wear dresses. And you think because Kwame Brown pointed out something about Dwayne Wade's child and why he's letting his son do X, Y, and Z. This is my problem. My problem is because this is something when I was following Kwame Brown, like directly, I was subscribed. Kwame Brown said his cousin is gay. Kwame Brown said his cousin is gay. His cousin wears high heels. So I don't understand. Like I don't get the. You have the right to support your child in whatever it is that they are going through. If it's a phase, a fad, whatever it is that's happening, you have the right. If you as a man say, I can speak on what you're doing with some, Kwame Brown can speak on what another man is doing with their child. But ToughLove can't give Kwame Brown no constructive criticism. What they say? What the hell they say? Make that make sense? This ain't about hate at all. This is about standards. I can talk about what you do with your child and what you do with your wife. Dwayne Wade, I can talk about what you do with your child and what you do with your wife. What's happening in your household? They ain't have nothing to do with social media. Zero. He's not a content creator. So you telling me that Kwame Brown couldn't get Dwayne Wade's phone number to have a conversation with him and say, bro, what's up? What's popping? That's why I said things are being done with malice and we should stop it. Because why would your opinion matter about Dwayne Wade's child? Why would your opinion matter about Dwayne Wade's wife? That she's running over him and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's why I don't get, that's why I said Kwame Brown fanatics, not the fans, but the fanatics. You guys have this selective outrage. You talking about Kwame Brown. Well, how can Kwame Brown talk about another man in his family? If the family's off limits. ToughLove saying families is off limits. But you sit there and you listen to this man talk about another man's family and how he's conducting business with said family. Selective outrage. Selective outrage. How dare you critique Kwame Brown's actions on social media, but he can critique with somebody their actions in their household? Okay. As a defense attorney, we consider someone's background when judging their behavior? Have you considered his upbringing? Not a bad guy for all he's been through. Okay. Pointing out that we need to try to be more positive, and we need to stop disrespecting each other. And even having videos where you say, I agree with that point of view, I agree with that particular statement, means that I've considered the person. I appreciate you say you're a defense attorney, got it. But I appreciate the person. Everybody that I spoke about, I appreciate you as a person, which is why I don't make it personal. That's why I don't make it personal. Because we love our children. We love the people that we're dating or married to. We love the things that we've done in life, whether that's support our family members, support friends. You know, we love our accolades. We love our accomplishments. We love the things that the benchmarks that we've achieved. We love those things. Those things are personal. We pride ourselves on being confident and loving those things. Who am I to tear that down? And that's my question to everybody else. Who are you to tear somebody else's accomplishments down? That's why I don't do it. But here's the thing, because I don't do that, you as a defense attorney, I wonder how many times you said you shouldn't be talking about tough love like that. I wonder how many times you said we should look at the character. My thought process is people give more respect to people that's been in prison than people that go to the military. I don't know what you heard, but I know the information that I heard was kind of disturbing. So I don't know when you became a subscriber, but I heard some stuff and I'm just like, there's no way somebody with morals and standards listens to this and says, this is wrong. But you hold me to a standard. You hold me accountable. Refuse to Lose says, hurt people hurt people. You hold everybody who says something in regards to Kwame Brown accountable and to a standard, but Kwame Brown. And the person that comes along and says, we all need to be held to an equal standard, they're wrong. They should be disrespected. T says, regarding the child, Kwame is coming from another angle, tough love. It's about what the elites are doing to Kobe's legacy and to black men. These people are after our children. Here's the thing. The elites. Let's talk about it. The elites. 1 second we're saying the elites. The next second we're saying it ain't them, it's us. If the imagery of Dwayne Wade's son or Lil Nas X or anybody else that belongs to the LGBTQ plus community, did I say that right? If those images is such a distraction and it's leading us astray, wouldn't videos about disrespecting each other online as men, wouldn't that be even an equal distraction? Or wouldn't that be a distraction as well? Selective outrage. So if somebody's saying, let's stop all of it, I don't care if I like you, don't like you, love you, hate, let's just stop all of it. What is the conversation about? And it was so sad about it. Somebody said, well, who are you to say stop all of it? Who do you think you are? I'm you. We the same. Why are you not saying it? We want to focus on the elites. But we sitting online doing a bunch of negative shit too. Don't focus on me. Let's focus on the elites. Well, that is some narcissistic shit. Don't focus on my behavior. Focus on their behavior. Okay, well, my thought process is this. Tough Love saying, let's focus on what mass media is doing, right? Hold on, wait. Let's focus on what mass media is sending this message out. Mass media is attacking our children. Mass media is doing this, promoting this narrative. But while I'm talking, I'm pointing the finger at mass media, I'm sitting online talking about other people's kids. I'm sitting online talking about other people's spouses. I'm sitting online talking about this and that and this and this. What they say when you pointing the finger, more fingers are pointing at you. In order for people to understand that what you're saying has meaning, you have to be about something. You have to conduct yourself in a certain manner. It can't be weak weasel. You know what I'm saying? It can't be weak weasel if you doing weak weasel shit yourself. That's all I'm saying. What you do inside your home has nothing, what you do as a parent, what you do as a husband or what you do as a wife is nobody's business. And if you feel like you have the right or the audacity to speak on somebody else's personal life, then when people speak on your personal life, you can't get mad. And then it's not an attorney in the world that's going to argue that point. And especially when you have access to Dwayne Wade. You got access to Dwayne Wade. How many people can say that? How many people can say, hey, talent scout or HR, whatever it is, hey, send my email or send my number to D Wade and let me holler at him real quick. Hey, Wade, man, what's going on, bro? If you use him for an example and you're saying, oh yeah, this is what the elites are doing, my thought process is, if image, hold on, wait a minute, T, hold on. T, if image is important, if image by the elites, what they're promoting and projecting to our youth is important, wouldn't it be important what we ourselves, individual selves, promote at our level? People would think that if you got over 50,000 subscribers, you were part of some type of elite YouTube community, right? So wouldn't that be equally important? But for some reason, what we do don't matter. Just what because when you say the elites, you're talking about white people anyway. So what white people do matter, but what we do ourselves don't matter. What ToughLove saying, what we do matters. What they do matters, definitely. But what we do matters as well. And I don't know why people don't get that. Why is that so hard to hear? You can break this down, dissect it all you want to. The fact of the matter is, if we're going to worry about the elites, why are we not worrying about ourselves? Because when you say the elites, that's more than one person. That's not just one person. That's more than one person. And why would you, as a black man, care about what the elites are doing, but you don't care about what you're doing? I'm going to hold y'all responsible, but I ain't going to hold myself responsible. I'm going to hold y'all accountable about what y'all promoting, but I'm not going to hold myself responsible about what I'm promoting. Yeah, I see that to be hypocritical. Yeah, I do. And the funny thing about it is, you guys who have this selective outrage, you don't see it to be hypocritical. Anybody that's doing it, it's not just Kwame Brown, anybody that's doing it. This, let's talk about the white man. Let's talk about the elites. And my thought process is, while you're doing that, you're talking about every black man you could talk about. You're downgrading every black man that don't praise you, or every black woman that don't praise you. And I see that as odd. When you talk about the elites, you're not talking about black people. You're not talking about the black people. You're talking about people like Bill Gates, the movers and shakers. Now, are there successful black people? Yes. Yes, it is. But when it comes to things like, people in Silicon Valley and stuff like that, or whatever case to be, the Harvey Weinsteins of the world, these people have generational wealth. They're wealthy. They're not rich. They're wealthy. It's different. It's different. Yeah, we can talk about the elites, but here's the thought process. if I'm bashing you, if I'm bashing another black man, and then I'm saying the white man's wrong and the black man's wrong, but does that make me right? If they're not an example and they're not an example, shouldn't you be an example? Did y'all miss that part? If the elites are not an example, right? These weak weasels are not an example, right? These snakes, these clowns, these weirdos are not examples. These beta males are not examples. Shouldn't you be an example? I'm going to end on that note. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate the donations. I also appreciate you guys, your time, for hearing me out. For those people that sat through this conversation and added to the conversation in a positive fashion or their perspective, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Again, this is not no shade, no shot, no book, in it, whatever. The thought process is just exactly what I outlined in this video. You know what I'm saying? So please do not promote hatred. Please do not, oh, well, it's not worth it. You guys have a great Sunday. You guys go out. It's sunny outside or whatever case may be. Try to get out and go do something or whatever case may be. It's ice cream time for us over here. So I'm about to go get the little one. We about to go get some ice cream. So again, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all of the great feedback. It's a lot of people from all types of walks of life in here, whatever. Again, man, I spent 20 years in the military talking about accountability and leadership, and to see so many people not care about it, it's a little bit alarming to me. It's a little bit alarming to me, but I still got faith. I'm still optimistic that we could do better. Again, I can talk to someone without disrespecting them and downplaying them. So you take it for what it's worth. I'm Mario J. This is Tough Love. Until next time, a dot up. Peace.